welcome back to Tamara's Crafty Corner. In today's video, I will be showing you how to make a Nestle Crunch bar wrapper using Photoshop. If you're new here, hello and welcome. I hope you find this video interesting and I hope you consider subscribing to my channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, hello and welcome back, and thank you for your continued support. So let's get started. The first thing you will want to do is to open up your software of choice. Of course, in today's video, I am using Photoshop, but the measurements that I am using, you can use in any software that you are using. So once you open up Photoshop, this is the screen that it will bring you to. So the next thing you will need to do is click Create New, and it will bring you to the new document template. So what you will do after that is go in and put in your measurements. Your measurements for this wrapper is 7 in width and 6.5 in height. Once you put in your measurements, you want to make sure that it is in inches and that you are 300 resolutions, pixels/inches, and all this is correct. And then you hit create. Then from here, you want to create your template. So you're going to go to the left side and you're going to hit rectangle tool. And you're going to draw any size rectangle. And then you're going to go over here to properties. And you're going to put in for the width 7 and for the height 2. Then here you want to make sure that there is no stroke around it. So I'm going to bring this to 0. And that is my top layer. Then I'm going to bring my guideline to the end of this top layer so I know where it ends. Okay. Then I'll go back to the rectangle tool, make any size rectangle. In width, it is 7. And in height, it is 2.5. And enter. Again, make sure there's no stroke around it. And I'll bring it here. Bring my guideline down. For the bottom layer, it's the same as the top layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that layer and just drag it down. Okay. And then I'm just going to go in and change these colors. Okay. And then another thing that I like to do is to move my layers in the order that they are in and rename them. So this is my top layer. This is my middle layer. And this is my bottom layer. That way when you're designing and you want to change stuff to each layer, you'll know, hey, this is my top layer, this is my middle layer, and this is my bottom layer if I spell it right. That way it's easy to find when you're designing. Another thing I like to add is side borders to my wrappers. So to do that, you will go back to your rectangle tool. We're going to make that a color so we can see it. And for the width, it is 0.4. And for the height, it is 6.5. Make sure. So it kind of moves. And another thing, so we don't move our templates when we're moving things around, we can lock it. That way, when we're designing stuff or adding stuff, it won't move, it'll stay. So we're going to lock it for right now. Okay, and so for the next thing, we're going to duplicate this side panel to go to the right side. Okay, and there we have our template for our crunch bar. So from here, we're going to go into designing. We're going to bring in our background. And to do that, we're going to go to File, Place Embedded. And you're going to go to the file where you have your images in. It already has a folder up for me. And I'm going to select the background that I want. And you see it already brought it in to my template. And it's kind of the right size that I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it under these two side panels so that way it's behind these side panels. Okay. And also I'm going to bring my middle layer up above that because I'm going to make my middle layer a solid black. So I'm going to click on the middle layer. Oh, we have to unlock it. And I'm going to use my color picker and I'm going to pick that black. Okay. And then for the side panels, I'm going to use a background. So I'm going to go to FX, Pattern Overlay. And it already has it selected. And I'm just going to use that. Okay. And now I'm going to bring in my images. Here I'm going to change the color of the crunch from this red to this orange. So to do that, I'm going to pick my color picker. And then I'm going to go to my paint bucket tool. I already have that color. Hit OK. And I'm just going to click on it, and it changed it. Another thing I'm going to do is go to rectangle tool. I'm going to zoom in. And I'm going to cover this up. We're going to color it white. Take the stroke off of it. That way we don't see that. Next, I'm going to add in my text and images to the back. So I'm just going to be pulling in those images for the back panel and the text, and I'm just going to do the same thing that I was doing for the front layer, which is going to FX and changing it and fixing it up the way I want it to look. Once you have it designed in the way that you like it, you want to save it. I save it first as a PDF file. So you'll go to File, Save As. Save it as a PDF. Oh, I keep saying PDF. Save it as a Photoshop file first. You save it to wherever you save your files. And then after you do that, you want to go to layers and you want to flatten the image. So the whole thing is flattened, and now you want to save it as a PNG. And save it. So then I will go to a new tab and create a regular size 8.5 by 11. And then I will drag this over here to there. And this is where I will print it. So I'm going to print this out, and I will meet you over there at the assembly table. Okay, so I have my template printed and already cut. I'm going to show you the paper that I used for this tutorial. It is the Office Depot Premium Brochure and Flyer paper. What I also started doing is I started using double-sided tape and hot glue. I have my hot glue gun here. So after you have your template printed out, what you want to do is you want to start creasing it. You don't want to fold it all the way down. I just like to crease it just a little bit. Okay, do both of them. That way it gets. I like to get my double-sided tape, and I like to tape it along the ends of one side of the paper. Peel it back. Okay, I get my wrapper. I fold in the sides and I place it down in the center. Then I get one end and I kind of tip to tip. I hope you guys can see it. So I'm just lining the tip of my paper to the other side to kind of make it look like this. This is to give it that flap. So after I do that, I fold it down. You can fold it down either way you want it to go. Okay? So it will look like that. So once you have that like that, then you get your hot glue. And be careful because it can get hot. And you just glue inside. Do both sides. Okay. And then you press it down. And there you have it. And then if you have like the white edges right here, kind of crinkled it a little bit, but you can cut off the white excess. All right, let's do this. And you don't have to use a double-sided tape. To me, I like to use a double-sided tape so it won't be so messy. But you can use your hot glue gun. You can use any glue that you would like. And again, you center your bar. And then you take one end to the next and you take it tip to tip. And it will look like this. Okay. And you fold it down. Then you get your hot glue and you glue your ends. Hope you guys can see. Then you start on this end. You press it down. And do the other side. And again, cut the excess off. And there you have it. You have your Nestle's Crunch Bar. Cute, simple, and easy. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.